Guys, there is a major flaw in Kyosho Mini Z racing, and I'm doing my best to fix it. Let me explain. So the thing that's cool about Kyosho Mini Zs is they look really cool, they're fun to drive, they're easy to drive, and they're cheap to race. And when I mean cheap to race, the transponders are 25 bucks. Most transponders are 125. Transponder Mini Z, 25 bucks. Tires, $8, $8 to $10 for 4 tires. Milo, come here. Milo, always ruining my video. Parts, super cheap. The car itself, super cheap. It's just a really easy way to get into RC racing. Oh yeah, and this. You don't need a bunch of real estate to open up a track or to even have a track. You could actually put this in a big garage. Our track is relatively large. Now there are larger ones because they're mini tracks, not mini Z tracks. And that's actually part of the problem. So I would say most people generalize mini racing, like 28 scale racing, as mini Z racing. So much so that sometimes there'll be races called mini Z races, but they're not actually mini Z races. Mini Z is an actual car. Right now, they actually have 28 scale cars that are insane, like super insane, all carbon fiber. They're basically mini micro pan cars. They can cost upwards to $600 just for the kit. Roller, no electronics, nothing, just for the kit. It's absolutely insane. The reason why I'm bringing that up is there is a side of mini racing that can be super intimidating. And that's what I personally am trying to avoid here at Area RC. I want anyone to be able to come in, pick up a Mini Z and race it. That simple. I don't want them to be overwhelmed with decisions. I don't want them to be overwhelmed with tuning options. I want it to be simple. They don't have to worry about tires, nothing crazy. Very simple. If you gotta upgrade it, you gotta upgrade it, whatever, but very simple path to be competitive in racing. That is my goal. So let me show you what we got. So my ultimate goal is to be able to just tell anyone who comes in, pick the one you like. Which car do you like? Oh, you like a Corvette? Get the Corvette. You like the Porsche? Get the Porsche. You can race it and be competitive. And for the most part, that is true. I have a driver's class. Some people call it the 50% class. Some people call it the novice class. I don't recommend calling it the novice class because some guys spend a lot of money on Mini Zs and they don't want to be known as novices. They just like the hobby, but they want to race the 50% throttle class. That's basically what it is. It's a class where you race it at 50% throttle. I know you hardcore mini racers probably think that's crazy, like 50% throttle with a stock pinion. That's how we race it here. That's super slow. It might be super slow. If there's one class that's the most important class that your Mini Z club is running, it's that class right there, because you can literally have anyone walk in, buy a car. You don't even have to do all the upgrades. You don't have to do any upgrades. You literally buy the car, a transponder, and you go run it. It's that simple. Now, with that said, yes, it's probably better if you run tires, but let them figure that out for themselves. If they drive the car and they see that it needs tires, tires are cheap, $10 a set. They put the tires on, then they feel really good because like, wow, this car can handle really, really well. They're excited to compete, but they just got into racing with just a car, maybe a set of tires and a transponder. Guys, if you don't have that class at your local Mini Z track, mark my words, that Mini Z track will likely have a slow death. It's sad, but you have to have that class for people to get into. Now what happens next? I'll show you what happens next. What's next is they want to go fast. So you bump it up to 100% throttle, and then basically to run a Mini Z at 100% throttle really well, you're gonna want these parts right here. Simple, you're gonna want tires. Tires, again, $8 to $10 for 4, but you need rear tires and front tires. So really, just under 20 bucks for tires. And you're gonna want a T-plate. There's a couple of T-plate options here. You can get this T-plate, it's a fiberglass T-plate, it's a little bit cheaper, or you can get a carbon fiber T-plate, a little more expensive, but it's still only 20 bucks. So for $40 more, your car is ready to go super fast and you can be competitive with it. You might be saying, well, I need to change the pinions and gears. It comes with pinions and gears in the box, so you don't even have to buy those. That's how simple it is to go fast. Now, one thing I am excluding are batteries and chargers. I recommend you get your charger online or at your local track if your local track has it, but the charger you want is this charger right over there, the ISDT AAA battery charger. Now I'll put a link in the description below where you can pick it up off Amazon. It's nice and cheap off Amazon, but your local hobby shop might have it. It's a little more expensive there, but not a big deal. So there you have it. Now they have a way to go fast for cheap. Now here lies the problem. The problem is is the class that they race that in is called several things. It's either called box stock or the stock class. It's kind of misleading because it's not really stock. You're putting a T-plate and tires on it, but you really need those things to make your car handle really well at those high speeds. Now, the problem lies is every track has a different flavor of box stock rules. Some tracks say T-plates and tires only. Some tracks say durability upgrades are allowed. Some tracks say T-plates and tires of any type is okay. That's the problem. If you run tires that are like these, PN Racing tires or Marca tires, I can tell you right now, these are about half a second faster on the track. So, going back to the problem, you have these guys who just got into Mini Z. They got into it really cheap. They got cheap tires. They got a T-plate. Now they're racing at another track that's allowing anything. And the guys at the other track that are allowing anything are running these tires. They're not cheap. They're not expensive. They are twice as much because it's basically the same price, but you only get 2 instead of 4. T-plates, you can buy them in singles, so they're a little more affordable. But why would anyone want to run the stock stuff, basically the Kyosho stuff, if this stuff is faster? The answer is you don't. But this makes it a lot easier for people to get into because it's simple. Tires, T-plate, Kyosho, that's it. You know it fits, you don't have to search for things, you don't have to do any research. Those are the tires you run, that's a T-plate you run. Once you get into this world, now you're trying other things and it gets muddy. So that is mainly the flaw. We're gonna stop there. Obviously you have mod classes, other stock classes, but these are the classes that are important. Most people don't run the driver's class or the 50% class. You have to run that, guys. I'm telling you, that's important. Not only is that important, it's super fun. You should want to run it anyways. And it's very important that your seasoned guys run it too. Your seasoned racers run it. What's sad is these racers, they act like, and for the most part, they probably do want to grow the racing community. In order to grow that racing community, you have to participate with the new guys because no one wants to be known as a noob. Start that 50% class, have all your guys run it. You can run, we run 20 on the track at once at Formula Mini. So much fun. It's an amazing class. I can guarantee you'll have fun. But trust me when I say this, you have to do that. It's gonna help the hobby, it's gonna help your track, it's gonna help the hobby shop. It's best for everybody. But that is the single most important class. The second most important class is the stock class, and that's where it gets like, there's no rules. There's no single set of rules. Everyone has their own flavor of rules. There are some sanctions that try to do it. The PN World Championship, like they have a stock class, but they call it novice or kids class. They don't even call it like a stock class anymore. Their stock class has brushless stuff. That's fine, but that's like the hardcore racers. But the truth is the bigger group of people, they're not the hardcore racers. They're the new guys. So to circle back, the problem is there's not a standard in rules. So what I'm doing here at Area RC, I'm hoping we can adopt everywhere, and I'm gonna push for it as much as I can, is that we have a stock class, which is like basically the universal stock class. That way you can build a car for stock and you can race it anywhere. Tires, T-plate, durability upgrades. That's basically what that class is. However, it's any brand you like. So build a stock car, you can race it anywhere, but you are gonna have to do a little bit of research. There are different tire options, there are different T-plate options, there are different brands you have to do. Like, it is kind of a higher level of racing than just a simple buy this and go. And we're also running the Kyosho stock class. That way, the guy who came in who just bought a Kyosho Mini Z, they don't have to research different parts, they don't have to research different tires. They can only run a Kyosho. And Kyosho's cheap, affordable, and they can go fast, have fun with it. It's cheaper and highly competitive. So, we have a driver's class, a Kyosho stock class, a stock class, and then obviously your mod classes. So, I know that sounds like a lot. I put all the rules that I and I've been thinking about it for a long time, that I've kind of wanted to start pushing on my website, msmvlog.com. I'm open to feedback. I realize that not all areas are the same, but what I can tell you is what we're doing here is doing really well, and everyone's having fun, and that's really what it's all about. Everyone smiles from ear to ear. It opens up so much opportunity when you have these different classes. People can buy more cars. They have a reason to buy more cars. And buying more cars isn't just good for the shop, it's good for the people. Like, it's fun to have cool cars. So with all that said, I have a 50% class. I have a 50% car. I just built it on one of my videos. I have a Kyosho stock car. That's basically what all my stock cars are. Now I'm building an actual stock car where I'm gonna use all the PN racing stuff, the Marca tires, all the crazy tires. I'm basically gonna find the best stuff I possibly can find, throw it on my stock car, and run that class. So that's the goal. I hope this helps. If you're a hobby shop and you're thinking about starting, again, that driver's class, 50% throttle, that's the way to go, guys. So much fun. Then get people in the Kyosho upgrade stuff. Very easy to upgrade. Not very many options, but super drivable and super fun. And then have a stock class where you open it up for everybody, all the brands. They can do the research, they can do all the crazy stuff they want to do to their car, so long it falls within tires, T-plates, and durability upgrades. And then obviously you have to have somewhere where your fast guys to go, the guys that are hardcore, your mod classes, things like that. So yeah, I pretty much said everything like 3 times, so hopefully that resonates. Thanks for watching. You guys will see me next time.